Happy New Year! This is Phil Bell, your highly trained rail enthusiast, coming at you from right next to the CSX RF&P subdivision in Lorton, Virginia. I'm starting 2024 off right by rail fanning. I mean, what better thing to do than watch trains go by and take some great pictures and video? So I wanted to talk to you briefly about some of what I do when I prepare to go rail fanning in a new area. This area where I am right now, which is Gunston Cove Road, right near the Auto Train northern terminus, is someplace that I found on railfanguides.us. It's a great website where you can find a lot of information about different areas on a variety of routes across the country. The reports there have been written by fellow rail fans who've had the opportunity to search out those locations and tell you what's good and bad about them. That's really important for what we do, because the most important thing that we want to avoid is going on someone else's property and becoming a nuisance, because once that happens, then you typically have a lot of property owners, even those who are favorable to rail fans and even some that might be rail enthusiasts themselves, either close the door or restrict our ability to do things that we really love to do. So that's number one. What I like to find are places like this where I can park off the street in an area that's not exactly heavily trafficked, and I'll be out of the way, because there are a lot of folks that simply don't understand what rail fanning is. They don't understand why we've got our cameras to take pictures or scanners or video and so forth. So this way I stay out of the way and avoid conflict. So that's number one. Like I said, great site to visit, railfanguides.us, and we'll also be linking to it through our website, allthingstrains.com. Now, the next thing I like to do is simply go scope the area out, and that's before waiting on any kind of a special train like the executive train or a steam excursion or otherwise to come by. That's because once you get familiar with the way that trains operate in the area, you'll be able to tell what times are best for rail fanning, whether it's in trains moving north or south, east or west, depending on where you are, what the angles are like with the weather, sun angles. For example, some locations are much better to shoot southbound trains because of where the sun is. Others are better to shoot northbound, and you'll find those differences as you get to know each individual railfan location. The next critical point are to figure out what's nearby. So you know me, I'm a fat kid, I love to eat, so I always want to know where a restaurant, whether it's fast food or a little bit fast casual, is, because hey, while you're out rail fanning, obviously you're going to need to eat, and you're going to want to be able to do that in a way that goes along with what you're doing, as opposed to, say, having to drive 5-10 miles out of your way and potentially miss some trains. Beyond that, what else can I do while I'm there? Can I go shopping? Can I go to the gym? You name it, because the thing that I love to do the most while rail fanning is fit other things into the schedule. It makes it easier to justify the time that I take to do it, and it also opens up more time for me to spend trackside. So I say go through all of those when you are looking for a good place to rail fan, and once you find it and you have that information, share it with a website like Railfan Guides, but also share it in the Chat GP50 forums. Talk about the number of trains that you typically see. Talk about what types of trains. Talk about what types of traffic. So that way our fellow fans can understand exactly how the railroad works and what they can expect in those areas, because one of the neatest things about our hobby is we have such a rich history and understanding of how things are that gets passed down by word of mouth and then more recently in internet forums. So let's keep that train, pun intended, going, and so that future rail enthusiasts will be able to know where to go, what to do, and who they can possibly meet up with while they're there, because that's the final aspect of it. It's being social. If you see other rail fans there, politely go ahead, go meet them, introduce yourself, get to know them. That's how we grow our community, and that's how we make this hobby even more fun than it is. So we'll be sharing some pictures and otherwise we get from here, making a few other videos. Hope your 2024 is off to a great start, and we will see you on the main line. Have a great day.